Hey, what's going on, people? It is Kingdom Comics, and I am live. And man, page 3 is finally done. Uh, just thought I would show it off a little bit. Look at all the detail. This page, this is the kind of page. This panel is the kind of panel that makes you that makes you like ask yourself, do I really want to draw comics? But I finished it, and yes, I do still want to draw comics. Part of it is because of my inexperience, like not like my inexperience drawing period, because I have a lot of experience with anatomy and form and all that, but inexperience drawing pretty much everything, because when you draw comic books, oh here, let me shut this off. I'm I am watching. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Uh, I'm watching television. I totally forgot. I like to have something on in the background while I'm drawing, but yeah, like uh, and I was gonna. I just want to talk about some things that I'm gonna change digitally. So it's not that much. It's just like a continuity issue, which I'll show you in a minute. But it's not like I have to redo a whole page, and the fix is very simple. But I have some good news I'm going to get to here in a minute. Some really good news for me. Thanks, thanks. Look at that, dude. Look at this Nighthawk Warrior. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this machine gun. Look at this guy in the background. I mean, I mean, chrome, like chrome arms. He's like basically half cyborg. You know what I mean? Robotic face. Look at the hair, everything. I just really, I got a, the hair is. I want to say the hair has a little. It's. I mean, it's satisfactory, but it's a little bit kind of the spaghetti hair. You know what I mean? But man, I'll tell you, like it was a real pain to get the hair. I mean, look at the face. So, just giving you a close up look of the whole page. But yeah, you got to draw. You have to be able to draw pretty much everything, and it's like I didn't sit around drawing like black leather gloves. So if you look close, there's like white out. And I actually went to Gary Shipman's channel because he draws black leather gloves on Titan Mouse of Might from and like from several different angles with light coming from different angles, and that helped, but it didn't get me all the way there because Mount Titan only has 3 fingers. He has 4, of course. So I kind of am figuring it out though. Like basically, you got to pick your shaded area, and it's almost like the shaded area becomes a negative. This will help you out. In a lot of cases, your shaded area becomes almost like a negative. Like in photography, you have the picture, and then you have the negative of the picture, which everything is flipped. Well, that's basically what I did. Is like from here down is like a negative of the top of from here up. So up here, I got the black defining the this bone that goes up to your knuckle. You know what I mean, in the light area, and then I flipped it in the dark area, and I got white instead of black. Now the white is the bone leading up to the knuckles. So it's basically a complete negative. Basically that, and that happens in a lot of cases. I can't say every case, but so um let me show you some of the things I fixed. So I I still haven't like I still got a little few things to do on both pages, but not trust me, nothing much. Like I just got to fill in his wings, finish his fists and his arm right there. So what I'm gonna do, the continuity issue that I have, and I'll show you these in sequence now together. Is cool. I got two thumbs up. Yeah, people are liking it. So here's the two pages together. They look pretty tight, right? And and so oh, I got three thumbs up. Right on. People are digging it. That's awesome. So the problem is this panel, he's on the left and he's on the right. And then it switches there. It's really not that big a deal. Then it goes to this panel. Now he's on the now he's on the right and he's on the left. So it's just a continuity issue, but I realize, and this is the power of digital, because a long time ago, an editor might have sent an editor from like Marvel or DC or whatever would contact the artist and be like, yeah, it just there's a continuity issue where the guys change sides, and it's really not that big a deal, but at the same time, to me, it is because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So, and I would have had to basically redo this whole oops, I would have had to redo this whole panel. But with the power of digital, I'm just going to be able to completely flip this panel, and I envision it in my mind, and it's going to work. It actually will make the page look even better, I think. So I'm just going to cut this. I'm just going to basically, cut this panel out, and then or select the panel, which will be very easy because I just got to select around the black border, and then just literally just flip the image. You know what I mean? Just reverse image, or flip the image, and then he'll be coming down on the right, and he'll be over on the left, which will actually, I think, each look better when it's done. It'll make make this camera turn contrary to the way the camera's turned in all the other panels, because I tend to turn the camera the same all the time, which is so this page will be rotated the opposite way, and then I won't have to. I was gonna I was gonna cut. I was gonna take this panel and then rotate it the other way and patch it all up. I was gonna take this panel and rotate it because they're like I kept turning the camera the same way. I don't know why I do that. It's just a tendency to do, or I don't turn it at all a lot of times, and I do these static straight on views, and you got to really choose interesting angles. But so now instead of doing this, it'll be much easier. I'm just gonna flip this, and then it'll solve both problems. Is what I'm trying to say. It'll solve the continuity issue, and then it'll solve the the fact. See, I have the camera tilted the same way in this panel. I have the camera tilted the same way in this panel, and in this panel, I'm going to tilt him this way a little bit. You know what I mean, and patch it up. And I'm going to do that digitally, and it'll be done like that. So, and I solved another problem here. I have this guy actually shooting the water out of his wrist right there, right there in the background, right here in the background, right here in the background. So this little flimsy piece of paper will block my voice. So now you literally see him here. Then you see him shooting the water here, and I'll put like that because he's literally using it's like high powered water guns. He like shoots people with water, and so that literally, pretty much seals the deal that you see this guy is the dude that wastes him, and then here you literally see the transformation. Here you literally see the transformation from here from this to this, and that from that to that. It just seals the deal, and it really makes everything uh, so the reader gets the so just so I don't have to explain. Nothing has to be explained to the reader. It's or you know what I mean. It's all there. I don't have to, and I don't have to narrate it uh, to fill in. I don't even really need a narrative. It's pretty much self. I mean, I probably will narrate it a little, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. So so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do as I was saying. I'm gonna change some minor things digitally, but I do mean minor, and that brings me to my next thing, which is the good news. I am pretty sure I talked my parents into helping me afford a Wacom Cintiq, which is one of those things where those little pads where like almost like an iPad or a notebook or whatever, where you literally draw right on the screen. And that is just gonna save so much time. uh I don't think I'll ever go completely digital, but I'll be able to pretty much uh um I'll pretty much be able to I don't know, I might go completely digital. We'll see how it goes, but um I don't think I will. I think I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, which is basically get the page done traditionally to the best of my ability, and then areas where I'm unclear, like like his hair and his leather gloves, I can scan it, and I can fuck around, or excuse my language. I can mess around digitally and not waste a ton of whiteout and paper, and there, like this panel, there's white. This panel here, there's this hair is basically not even paper anymore. It's almost all whiteout. You can't tell really. You know what I mean? It looks. I mean, you can't even really tell, but it got to the. I mean, his hair is almost entirely white out. I mean, at this point, I mean, except for certain areas that I knew were going to be black, which is the large black areas. But all this area where the the fine line work is all white out. It's just covered in white out. And that's just the way it is. I mean, I thought I had it penciled out. I literally thought I had it penciled out, but when I inked my pencils, it just didn't look right. So I had to keep messing with it. Now I could like ink everything and leave just my pencils, scan it, then ink over it digitally, and then go and then if I make a mistake, oh, just click undo and it's gone forever. So you know what I mean. I'm probably gonna use Procreate, and this is gonna be done very soon. I mean, I got my letterer contacted me today and asked how this page is going. Well, here it is, man. And so I only have to do one more page, and it's gonna be not as hard as all of this. Uh, it's gonna be of the queen, the Nephilim queen, which is like she's like a giant locust, like insectoid looking thing that lives underground. And she's kind of like I want to say Nebulord's bride. Like she spawns all these like creatures that you're gonna see, and and um and she makes an appearance in the first issue. I'm not gonna spoil it. You got to read it. But I am gonna put the page. I'm gonna put the page of the experience of the appearance. Like I'm gonna draw that page up, which is of her in a cavern underground with all these monsters running towards you, and and but I'm not going to give you the context of how she appears. You'll have to read you'll have to get the comic book and read it. But basically I have one more page, and it's not going to take me that long, and I might just well, I'll start it now, but I'm pretty sure my parents told me to come over Monday because she's like, well, you can't, you know how, my mother's kind of old. I'm kind of old, so my mother's old. God bless her. And she's just like, wait, Constantine, you'll have to come over Monday and show me what you're talking about. And I was like, all right, but I was like, yeah, 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 you know what I mean? I was like, yeah. So I have to go over my parents' house Monday night, and I'm gonna show her a Wacom Cintiq, and if she might not buy it outright, but she can help me get it, which means I might just have to throw down a couple dollars, which a couple $100 or something. You know what I mean? And then she'll cover the rest. She just got her stimulus for $600, so she'll probably just spend that, and I'll throw down another few hundred or whatever it takes. Hopefully, I can get a good one, like you know what I mean, like a seven or eight hundred, $600 or $700 one. We'll go. I'll go. I'll look them. We'll look them up Monday. But I'm just saying, I'm most definitely getting a Wacom Cintiq, which is gonna. I'm telling you, it's gonna. Not. It's okay. It's not only gonna speed up production, okay, and like I said, help me figure things out. It's also going to. I'm gonna learn faster because I can because just because of the fact that you can undo mistakes so quick. It's not like, if I screw something up, it's not going to be a half hour of like white out and waiting for it to dry and then going in with the pens and then more white out. 5 hours later the hair's done. You know what I mean? No, it's just going to be like, no, that don't look good, click. No, that don't look good, click. And I won't be hesitant to try different things because or to experiment because I can just undo it like that, like Photoshop or whatever. What I'm trying to say is it's gonna teach me. It's gonna be a good learning aid so that it's gonna play they should it should be like a symbiotic circle, I guess is how you where like, the where that teaches me to do traditional so that my traditional uh skills get better as well, you know what I mean? And they'll go hand in hand. So and then and I'm very excited about it. So as I said, page 3 in the bag. I just gotta um what do I gotta what do I even gotta finish on this? Not much. I just gotta do the door frame up here and a little bit of. I got some cross hatching on the walls. You know what I mean? I have some cross hatching on the walls behind the characters to kind of pop everything out down here. And I gotta finish up the line work on his wings. His wings are so easy. I always leave those for last. Last, like I still gotta fill in the detail on his wings and these couple panels. But other than that, man, page I've got 4 pages, and as Eric Minatowalski, who was online today, uh, said 5 pages minimum. So one more page, and I'm thinking that page should definitely be done very soon. I've already got it like pictured in my head, and I'm getting better and getting faster. I mean, look at all the detail in this. I mean, tons of bullets. I got bounce light. I've got bullets everywhere. You know what I mean? What do you call those? Ammo belts. And here I got bounce lighting on his shoulder. I never. That's the first time I've ever put bounce lighting like on a shoulder like that. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing my homework. Trust me. I was watching Robert Marzullo. Who's a very good. If you're not subscribed to Robert Marzullo, he's got tons of tutorials up on hair and everything. I watched the hair tutorial he gave me, but it didn't help me. Not because it's a bad tutorial. It's just I didn't get the hang of it. That and I and I'm not long hair. Long hair is especially long black hair. is one of my weaknesses, but I'm gonna get better at that. I gotta look up more reference. But and it's like I'll picture something in my head and I'll look it in my head and then I'll do it. I'll emulate it and it won't look good on paper. I don't know why. Almost nothing I did, almost nothing I did looked right, and I kept having to use like go whiteout, then go back over my whiteout with marker, then go back in with whiteout. It was a I wrestled with this hair. I think the hair took me like three or I want to say maybe 4 or 5 hours, just his hair. So anyway, there it is. I'm thanking God it's done. So there's that. I just wanted to do a quick video and update. Man, people are going nuts over the election, huh? Man, I'm trying to become a comic book artist, and the world's going crazy around me. It's like, is I'm just now breaking in at 50, just in time for the end of the world. Woohoo! I'm telling you, man, it was just incredible what's going on. My people are starting to sound like me, which better be concerned. Like people that were like, "Oh, Stuart, you're just angry and bitter, and you need to calm down," are starting to sound like me. So it's like I'm hearing me talking to me. Like people are like, "Oh," you know what I mean? Hi, what's up, Alexander? Marvel sucks. Their garbage movies ruined Hollywood and inspired trash like DC Rebirth and Doomsday Clock and and three Jokers. Yeah, there's definitely no respect for any kind of continuity. And I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed some of their stuff, but uh I don't know. I stopped going and seeing a lot of Marvel movies like in the theater because because I've lost interest in Marvel because of like what you like it's like just they've just taken the same characters over and over and over again and okay, like somebody was talking about on Art Thybert's show the other night. It's that guy who I think he lives in Japan. You have to excuse me. I I've been like rolling out of bed and picking up my pens and pencils. My hair's a mess and everything. But um okay, like this guy was talking about how in Japan they don't understand. Okay, like like if an artist has an idea, he creates it, he does it, and then when he dies, it kind of dies with him. They don't understand another person picking up that storyline and doing what he wants with it, and then another person picking up the storyline and doing what they want with it, and then on and on and on. You know what I mean? Until 50 years later, 20 different people have worked on that character, and they've changed the story and so like this guy was talking about how in Japan they don't even understand that, like it's like dishonorable to do that. And I can kind of see why, because it's like they don't even care about the actual content. It's just like, oh, we got the franchise, we can do whatever we want with it, we're gonna make money. You know what I mean? It's like they're just, and then they're not even good at that. They're not even good at just making money with it because they like ruin it. The MCU and DC Rebirth and Doomsday Clock and made me hate superheroes. Yeah, I'm not doing the spandex cape wearing superheroes. I'm doing something more akin to like Gamma World. Have you ever played Gamma World? It was like it came out It was, look up Gamma World. It was basically a TSR like Dungeons and Dragons, but it was like a future. It was a post-apocalyptic, uh, post-nuclear war role playing game where radiation's everywhere, and people have mutated and people have powers, and you know what I mean, and all this stuff. So I'm doing something kind of like Gamma World. Basically, it's dystopic, post-apocalyptic sci-fi, and it has a biblical undertone. Basically, I never really confirm it, but the main characters talk about God and the tribulation, and this, that, and the other, and like whether God exists or not, uh the good people in the storyline believe in God. Some are mad at God. It gets really deep. Like some people fall away and get mad at God because they thought they weren't going to have to suffer, and they weren't going to have to go through the tribulation. It gets crazy. It's a crazy storyline. And it's based on like 15 years of or 25 years of research that I've done into what could possibly really actually be going on in our reality. So, I hope they don't disappear me and like give me and like, drop me into a deepest part of the ocean or something for doing this. But it could touch on a lot of stuff that's actually going on, or that, you know what I mean. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And just it's gonna be this. Even when I get the artwork done, I was just, the real. I'm just learning. I'm just learning the ins and outs of all this. So even if I get the next page done with by next weekend, which I'm pretty sure I will, because it's not panels, it's just one big splash page, basically, like poster art, and I'm good at doing that. I can do that really fast, and it's mostly it's not like tech. Tech is hard to draw, like drawing drawing their suits. You know what I mean? And like and they're and like and machine guns, and robotic parts, and chrome steel, arms, and stuff like that. Chrome and steel, like anatomy. That's all hard, but organic, like just monsters and organic stuff, that I can knock out really quickly, because monster. When you're drawing a monster, there's nothing to reference it to except what you're drawing, so you can get away with a lot. It doesn't have to be perfect, but so my point being is, um, yeah, I'm now really coming to terms with it, even though the artwork for the launch, the 5 pages that I need to launch this Indiegogo, might be done by next week, or definitely by within 2 weeks. I will have the 5 pages done, scanned, and cleaned up and ready to go. There's no doubt about it. So before the end of what is it, the ninth? So before the end of January, I will be ready to launch, as far as artwork is concerned. But now I'm coming to terms with the whole kind of business end of it, which is finding a publisher or a printer, uh, figuring out the cost for like a minimum run of, like, because I'm not going to do this for free. If I don't make some money off of this, I mean, I don't have to price gouge people. I don't need to make a lot of money, but I don't want to be, I don't want to be slaving away at my drawing table, for 2 months or something like that, to pump out 30 pages or 3 months to pump out 30 pages and then only make like $1,000 and then pay for the printing and then that's it. You have no money. You know what I mean? That I mean, that I'm trying to. I don't need to make a lot of money. Like if I even walk away, if I even walk away from the first issue of the first volume of volume one, uh, with like a few grand in my pocket or something like that, you know what I mean? And I'm able to pay my letter, throw him a chunk of change, like a decent, not, not like 30, 40, or, not like a few $100 or something, but like throw him a grand or something like that. You know what I mean? Then I'll be happy. I don't need to make $1 million. You know what I mean? And I'm not probably not going to make $1 million, but but if I like I'm saying a few $1,000s, yep, I'll get right on the next issue because that means that if I do, um, that means if I do uh three uh 4 issues a year, you know what I mean? Then I'm basically at the very least making a minimum or making a part like it's almost like having a part-time job. And I don't need a lot of money to pay my bills. I've been pretty fortunate. I have a very cheap I have a very cheap low overhead. My home is paid for. I don't have a big mortgage. I just have to pay property taxes and utilities, and have food in my fridge, and I can do that for very, very cheap. So if I'm making like 10 or 12 grand a year, that covers everything, and I'm good to go. I'm not going to complain. I will draw. I will sit at my comic book or at my drawing table and do comic books full time if I can even make a couple or a few grand off of one issue. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. But what I guess what I was getting at was I'm not quite sure exactly when I'm gonna launch because before I put it up on Indiegogo, like I'll have the artwork done to launch the 5 pages I need to launch, but I gotta talk to people like Eric Nenatowalski and Art Thiber and Jimmy Reyes and stuff about about the printing end of all this and the publishing and see if they can recommend who they go through to get their comic books printed and and figure all that out. So I might not launch till I guess what I'm trying to say is I might, even though the artwork's probably gonna be done within a couple weeks. I'm probably not going to launch the Indiegogo till March because I'm gonna have to figure out, all the like I said, the business end of things. But the good news is I am almost there. The artwork is almost done. If you haven't seen it and you're new to my channel, uh, I'll show you very quickly. Can't find it all of a sudden. Here it is. Cover. Here's the cover, which it looks even better on in the digital now. And page one, both like all the pages or no, all the pages I have scanned look even better. Like you think this looks good, it looks even better. After I was able to clean it up digitally and fix a couple things. But here's page one. Page two. And page three. And that's it. Well, cool. I got 3 likes. That's awesome. That's good for me. That's like a record. But it's like, man, I've been drawing since this morning. And so I've been drawing for about 12 hours today. His hair really pissed me off, man. Like I was like, okay, I was like, that looks good enough. I'm gonna leave it alone. And I would sit down for like a minute. Like I'd leave it alone for like a minute. And then I'd get up and I'd glance over, and then it would like a magnet, it would pull me over there, and I'd look at it, and I would instantly see like mistakes, and I'd be like right back at it with the white out and the pen on his hair. And then after about 3 hours, I started making headway and going, okay. Like I said, down here, it's like spaghetti. Like I'm pretty much satisfied with from here down to here, but then the bottom, you know what I mean? It's like spaghetti hair, you know. But it's not bad. It's passable, and I'm gonna scan it. I don't. I'm done. I'm done using whiteout on it and pens. You know what I mean? It's just I'm gonna scan it, and then I'm gonna do my homework and fix it digitally. But other than that, man, this page is ready to go. This page is ready to go. I think this is the best comic page. I don't know. It's like every page is. It's like I'm getting to the point now where like every page I improve. Look at these guys. Look at the reflections on their armor up here. You know what I mean? I'm getting so it's just like every page now. I'm like, I think that's the best page I've ever drawn before. Well, that's what I said about page one, and that's what I said about page two. So whatever. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. I've been watching Greatest American Hero on Roku. Awesome series, man. It's just incredible. I was watching uh like I think it was I want to say it was episode 2, season 2, episode 2. I'm watching that and Cobra Kai. Which is Cobra Kai is like one of the best like current series on period. It's a little cheesy, but with when they have these big martial art rumbles, you're like, oh yeah, that's what would go down. There'd be a bunch of kids beating the hell out of each other with karate, but it's entertaining. And but the point is and the SJWs are already Matt, Ethan Van Sciver did a video like pretty much the day after after I pretty much brought up on my channel that season 3 was out on Netflix, and but he did a video on how the SJWs are already attacking Cobra Kai, and that sucks. But I was watching I think it's episode 2, season 2 of Greatest American Hero, which is such a great concept, and it involves aliens. It's like in retrospect, I'm looking back, and it's like, man, what an idea somebody came up with. Aliens come and give this guy a it would just make such a it would have made such a great comic book. I don't understand how did Greatest American Hero ever make it to comic, because it would be such a great comic book, and it's comedy too, it's humorous, but um uh it's just what a concept that aliens come to Earth and give a guy a super suit, and then on top of that, he's out in the desert at nighttime, and when he's walking back to his car, he loses the instructions. Right? What a concept, man! So he can't fly. He's like, and he's like almost, and then when he lands, he's just like, which a lot of times he's like saving people, and he crashes while he's carrying like people that like some unconscious woman that he saves, and he's like, and he like crashes with her in his arms, and it's like, oh man, that's so crazy. Did she get hurt? You know what I mean? Like, It's like so it's just so I don't know, audacious, I guess, you know what I mean? The audacity of them to write something like that. But you know what I mean? You're like, that's not cool. He's like he's like saving that unconscious lady and he literally, you know, fell 30 feet with her in his arms and landed on the ground. It's like that's not cool. But I was just watching episode two, season two, where he like stops a nuclear missile, and it's either influenced by Superman. I think there was remember the Superman. I think it was Superman two where he stops World War Three. It's almost like a mixture of the movie War Games and Superman two. But I was like, wow, man, I didn't remember that episode, but he like the special effects were actually pretty good. Like they show him like fly out and the missiles coming up out of the silo and he just like he's like you know doing a handstand on the top of the missile flying downward and suppresses it until and it like blows up and he goes flying and like you know tumbles into the desert dirt like basically into a you know like the inside of an embankment or like a mountain and you know what I mean. I was like damn, those were pretty good as special effects for an 80s syndicated TV series. I guess by season two they had better effects, but um I don't know, they did a good job on that. Maybe they had more money for a maybe they had more money for effects by season two or a bigger budget or something. I don't know. But so I'm watching season two right now. I'm just like binge watching Greatest American Hero. It's like I think it was only on for a few years. I don't know why they canceled it. But anyway, seems like it should have been on for longer than that. Maybe people lost interest in it. I don't know. I don't remember. I remember being kind of disappointed when they canceled it though. I got my new Alien Gear holster. I probably can't show my gun, so I'll take my gun out. But I got my new Alien Gear holster. If anybody is watching this and you're looking for a good shoulder holster, this is the one, man. $140. The Shapeshifter by Alien Gear. I never thought I would buy a shoulder holster from Alien Gear, but I have to tell you, I'm super impressed, man. I practically forget I'm wearing it. And if you look, ooh, it stretches, and that's why it's called the Shapeshifter. It has it's leather, and it's like you know some whatever whatever plastic basically what do you call that resin or kydex or whatever the hell that is, right? And leather, but through the leather back strap right here that goes around your back like this right here stretches, so there's like a stretchy material in here. So and these little things, you don't necessarily need a belt as long as you got belt loops hook on your belt or your belt loops on your pants. And it's almost like suspenders. It helps hold your pants up. You know what I mean? But basically, what I'm trying to say is because this stretches like this, see, because these stretch, you can bend, you can twist. You know what I mean? I can literally have this on nice and tight. You know what I mean? And snug, and bend right over and touch my toes. And I don't know if you know anything about these shoulder holsters, but um, they usually don't stretch like that. So when you move around, it pulls on your shoulders, in the back of your neck all day long. So by the end of the day, you're just like, oh, your neck is sore. You know what I mean? You really have to get used to them. So one of my friends came over and showed me his, and I was like, "That is nice. I'm gonna order one of those." And I did. I did. I ordered it back in October, and it's hook. I just got it like a few days ago. So, and it's January, so it took a while to get here, but I got it and I like it. I just thought I would also show that off. Check it out. Yeah. And it's got two magazine draws. I only have one on because listen, man, if you need more than two clips of ammo, you know what I mean? You're not getting robbed. You're not being a at that point, it's like, what are you doing? Are you in a you're in a battle. You're not like, if you need more than two clips of ammo, you're not like I said, you're not getting robbed or mugged or your home or a thief breaking into your home. At that point, you're like in a battle, basically. It's like, how many people are you going to need to shoot? So point is I only have one clip of ammo, but there, and I can change the cant. I can change the cant on this and this. You know what I mean? All I got to do is like press this right here, bang, pops off, and I can literally put it on like this. Yeah, see that? I could literally put it on like that if I wanted to, which actually I kind of like that. But you see how it's angled up? Actually, I like that. I'm gonna keep it there. But yeah, that's really nice. Actually, I should have put it there before. But anyway, yeah, yeah, you can change the cant, and I have another one for a spare. And if I wanted to, if I really thought I was going to be in a battle, I guess I could put another one on. But in my experience, this top one really kind of pokes your underarm too much. It gets annoying after a while. So I'm just wearing the lower one. That's it. But yeah, it's pretty tight. It's very nifty little invention. I like it a lot. And it costs, like I said, about $140. So if you're in the market for a shoulder holster, the Shapeshifter by Alien Gear, thumbs up. It's the only shoulder holster I've ever owned. But I'm telling you right now, I like I said, I practically forget I'm wearing it. So anyway, this is Kingdom Comics. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna see if I can find. I'm gonna binge watch Greatest American Hero or see if I can find something on YouTube. Uh, until next time, thanks for watching.